Magnetic fields are invisible forces that exist all around us, generated by the movement of electrically charged particles. These fields have been a subject of fascination and study for centuries, with their effects on living organisms being a topic of ongoing research. One interesting fact about magnetic fields is that the Earth itself has a magnetic field that is essential for life as we know it. This geomagnetic field protects our planet from harmful solar radiation and plays a crucial role in navigation for many species. In fact, some animals, such as migratory birds and sea turtles, are believed to use the Earth's magnetic field for navigation during their long journeys. Another intriguing aspect of magnetic fields is their ability to influence the behavior of certain organisms. For example, some studies have shown that magnetic fields can affect the orientation and movement of certain species of fish and insects. The strength of a magnetic field is measured in units called Gauss or Tesla. To put this into perspective, the Earth's magnetic field at its surface is approximately 0.5 Gauss, while an MRI machine can generate magnetic fields of up to 3 Tesla or more. These numbers highlight the wide range of magnetic field strengths that living organisms can be exposed to in their environments. Understanding the definition of magnetic fields is crucial for comprehending their impact on living organisms and the need for further research to fully grasp their effects on health and well-being. Magnetic fields come in various types, each with its unique characteristics and applications. One common type is a static magnetic field, which has a constant strength and direction. These fields are commonly found in everyday objects like refrigerator magnets and compass needles. Another type is an alternating magnetic field, which changes direction and strength over time. Alternating magnetic fields are used in technologies such as transformers and electric motors. Electromagnetic fields are a combination of electric and magnetic fields that oscillate in harmony. These fields are prevalent in power lines, household appliances, and wireless communication devices. Interestingly, the strength of magnetic fields can vary significantly depending on the source. For example, the Earth's magnetic field at the equator is weaker than at the poles, with strengths ranging from 0.3 to 0.6 Gauss. In contrast, the magnetic field inside an MRI machine can reach strengths of 1.5 to 3 Tesla, making it much more powerful. When it comes to exposure limits, the International Commission on Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection, ICNIRP, sets guidelines for occupational and public exposure to magnetic fields. For static magnetic fields, the recommended exposure limit is 4,000 milligauss for the general public and 8,000 milligauss for occupational exposure. For alternating magnetic fields, the limits vary depending on the frequency and duration of exposure. It's essential to understand the different types of magnetic fields and their strengths to assess potential risks and ensure safety in various environments. As technology continues to advance, the study of magnetic fields and their effects on living organisms remains a fascinating and evolving field of research. Magnetic fields have been a subject of interest and concern when it comes to their effects on human health. While the Earth's magnetic field is essential for life, man-made magnetic fields from various sources can have both positive and negative impacts on humans. One interesting fact is that our bodies actually produce their own magnetic fields through the activity of cells and tissues. These biomagnetic fields play a role in processes like nerve signaling and muscle movement. When external magnetic fields interact with our bodies, they can influence these natural biomagnetic fields, potentially affecting our physiological functions. Studies have shown that exposure to high levels of magnetic fields can lead to a variety of health effects. For example, prolonged exposure to strong magnetic fields, such as those found in MRI machines, can cause dizziness, nausea, and even nerve stimulation. Interestingly, the strength of magnetic fields is measured in units called Tesla, with 1 Tesla being equivalent to 10,000 Gauss. To put this into perspective, the Earth's magnetic field is around 0.5 Gauss, while an MRI machine can generate fields of up to 3 Tesla or more. The World Health Organization, WHO, has established guidelines for occupational exposure to magnetic fields, recommending limits of 2 Tesla for short-term exposure and 0.5 Tesla for long-term exposure. It's important to note that the effects of magnetic fields on humans can vary depending on factors like field strength, frequency, and duration of exposure. Some individuals may be more sensitive to magnetic fields than others, experiencing symptoms like headaches, fatigue, or changes in heart rate. While the majority of research suggests that low-level exposure to magnetic fields from everyday sources like power lines and electronic devices is unlikely to cause harm, ongoing studies are needed to fully understand the potential risks. As technology continues to advance, the need for further research on the effects of magnetic fields on human health remains a priority. By staying informed and following safety guidelines, we can better protect ourselves from any potential adverse effects of magnetic field exposure. Animals have long been known to possess a remarkable ability to sense and navigate using Earth's magnetic field. One fascinating example is the case of migratory birds, such as the homing pigeon, which can detect and utilize the Earth's magnetic field for navigation during their long-distance journeys. Studies have shown that these birds have specialized cells in their eyes that contain magnetic particles, allowing them to perceive the Earth's magnetic field and orient themselves accordingly. In addition to birds, other animals like sea turtles and salmon are also believed to rely on magnetic fields for navigation, demonstrating the crucial role of these fields in the animal kingdom. When it comes to the effects of magnetic fields on animals, research has shown that exposure to strong magnetic fields can impact their behavior and physiology. For example, studies on honeybees have revealed that exposure to magnetic fields can disrupt their ability to navigate and communicate within the hive. Interestingly, the strength of magnetic fields that animals are exposed to can vary significantly depending on their environment. For instance, some marine animals like sharks and rays inhabit regions with naturally high magnetic field strengths, which may play a role in their navigation and hunting strategies. In terms of numbers and statistics, it is estimated that migratory birds can detect magnetic field strengths as low as 0.005 Gauss, showcasing their remarkable sensitivity to these fields. On the other end of the spectrum, certain marine animals like sharks can experience magnetic field strengths of up to 1 Gauss or more in their natural habitats. These numbers highlight the wide range of magnetic field strengths that animals encounter in their daily lives and the potential impact on their behavior and physiology. While the majority of research on the effects of magnetic fields on animals has focused on navigation and behavior, there is growing interest in understanding how these fields may influence other aspects of animal biology. For example, studies on fish have suggested that exposure to magnetic fields can affect their growth and reproduction, raising questions about the long-term consequences of magnetic field exposure on animal populations. As technology continues to advance, researchers are exploring new ways to study the effects of magnetic fields on animals, using tools like magnetic field simulators and tracking devices to monitor their responses. By gaining a deeper understanding of how magnetic fields interact with the animal kingdom, we can better protect and conserve these vital species in our ecosystem. Plants, like animals, have also shown intriguing responses to magnetic fields, sparking interest in understanding the impact of these fields on plant biology. One fascinating aspect is that plants are known to contain magnetically sensitive particles, such as magnetite, which may play a role in their ability to detect and respond to magnetic fields. Research has shown that exposure to magnetic fields can influence various aspects of plant growth and development. For example, studies have demonstrated that magnetic fields can affect seed germination, root growth, and overall plant morphology. Interestingly, the strength of magnetic fields that plants are exposed to can vary depending on factors like soil composition and proximity to magnetic sources. In agricultural settings, plants may be exposed to magnetic field strengths ranging from 0.01 to 0.1 Gauss, which can influence their growth patterns and yield. One study found that exposure to magnetic fields led to changes in the growth rate and nutrient uptake of soybean plants, highlighting the potential impact of these fields on crop production. Another intriguing finding is that magnetic fields can alter the expression of genes related to stress responses and defense mechanisms in plants. This suggests that plants may perceive magnetic fields as environmental cues and activate specific genetic pathways to adapt to these stimuli. In terms of numbers and statistics, it is estimated that plants can detect magnetic field strengths as low as 0.005 Gauss, indicating their remarkable sensitivity to these fields. Additionally, some studies have reported that exposure to magnetic fields can lead to changes in chlorophyll content, photosynthetic activity, and hormone levels in plants, highlighting the complex interactions between magnetic fields and plant physiology. While the majority of research on the effects of magnetic fields on plants has focused on growth and development, there is growing interest in exploring how these fields may influence other aspects of plant biology. For example, studies have suggested that magnetic fields could potentially enhance the production of secondary metabolites in medicinal plants, leading to increased therapeutic properties. By gaining a deeper understanding of how magnetic fields interact with plant systems, researchers aim to harness this knowledge for sustainable agriculture and environmental conservation. As technology continues to advance, new tools and techniques are being developed to study the effects of magnetic fields on plants, providing valuable insights into the intricate relationship between plants and their magnetic environment. Research studies on magnetic fields and living organisms have revealed fascinating insights into the intricate relationship between these fields and various life forms. One interesting study conducted on fruit flies exposed to magnetic fields found that the flies exhibited changes in their circadian rhythms, suggesting a direct influence of magnetic fields on biological processes. In another study on plants, researchers discovered that exposure to magnetic fields led to alterations in gene expression related to stress responses and growth regulation. These findings highlight the diverse effects of magnetic fields on different organisms and the need for further research to fully understand these interactions. In terms of numbers and statistics, a study on the impact of magnetic fields on human health reported that occupational exposure limits for static magnetic fields are set at 2 Tesla for short-term exposure and half a Tesla for long-term exposure. Additionally, research on animals has shown that migratory birds can detect magnetic field strengths as low as 5 milligauss, showcasing their remarkable sensitivity to these fields. Furthermore, studies on plants have indicated that exposure to magnetic fields can lead to changes in chlorophyll content and hormone levels, with plants being able to detect magnetic field strengths as low as 5 milligauss. These numbers underscore the wide range of magnetic field strengths that living organisms can encounter and the potential impact on their biology. As researchers continue to explore the effects of magnetic fields on living organisms, new discoveries and insights are emerging, paving the way for a deeper understanding of this complex phenomenon. Regulations and guidelines for magnetic field exposure play a crucial role in ensuring the safety of individuals and the environment. Interesting details reveal that the International Commission on Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection, INRP, sets guidelines for occupational and public exposure to magnetic fields. For static magnetic fields, the recommended exposure limit is 4,000 milligauss for the general public and 8,000 milligauss for occupational exposure. Alternating magnetic fields have varying exposure limits based on frequency and duration of exposure. The World Health Organization, WHO, recommends limits of 2 Tesla for short-term exposure and 0.5 Tesla for long-term exposure to ensure the well-being of individuals. Interestingly, studies have shown that certain individuals may be more sensitive to magnetic fields than others, highlighting the importance of adhering to these exposure limits. In terms of numbers and statistics, it is fascinating to note that the Earth's magnetic field at the equator ranges from 0.3 to 0.6 Gauss, while an MRI machine can generate fields of up to 3 Tesla or more. These numbers underscore the wide range of magnetic field strengths that individuals may encounter in various settings. Additionally, research on occupational exposure to magnetic fields has revealed that workers in industries such as healthcare and manufacturing may be at higher risk of prolonged exposure to magnetic fields, necessitating strict adherence to safety guidelines. By following regulations and guidelines for magnetic field exposure, individuals can mitigate potential health risks and ensure a safe working environment. Mitigation strategies for minimizing magnetic field exposure are essential to protect individuals from potential health risks associated with prolonged exposure. One interesting approach is the use of magnetic shielding materials, such as mu metal or ferrite, which can help reduce the intensity of magnetic fields in specific areas. These materials work by redirecting and absorbing magnetic field lines, creating a barrier that limits exposure. Another intriguing strategy is the implementation of engineering controls, such as relocating power sources or equipment emitting high magnetic fields away from occupied spaces. By strategically positioning magnetic sources and using proper shielding, organizations can minimize the risk of excessive exposure. In terms of numbers and statistics, studies have shown that simple measures like increasing the distance between individuals and magnetic sources can significantly reduce exposure levels. For example, maintaining a distance of at least 1 meter from common sources of magnetic fields, like power lines or electronic devices, can help lower exposure levels by up to 50%. Additionally, the use of personal protective equipment, such as magnetic field shielding garments or accessories, can provide an extra layer of protection for individuals working in high-risk environments. These garments are designed to attenuate magnetic fields and reduce the amount of exposure reaching the body. Interestingly, research has indicated that the effectiveness of these mitigation strategies can vary depending on factors like field strength, frequency, and duration of exposure. By combining multiple approaches, such as shielding materials, engineering controls, and personal protective equipment, organizations can create a comprehensive plan to minimize magnetic field exposure and ensure the safety of individuals in diverse settings. Future research directions in the field of magnetic fields in living organisms hold promising avenues for exploration. One interesting area of study is the potential use of magnetic fields in agriculture to enhance crop growth and yield. Researchers are investigating how controlled exposure to magnetic fields can stimulate plant growth and improve nutrient uptake, offering sustainable solutions for food production. In terms of numbers and statistics, studies have shown that magnetic field treatments have led to significant increases in crop yield, with some experiments reporting up to a 30% improvement. Additionally, researchers are exploring the use of magnetic fields in regenerative medicine to promote tissue repair and wound healing. Exciting advancements in these areas could revolutionize agriculture and healthcare practices in the future. Intriguingly, research has shown that migratory birds can detect magnetic field strengths as low as 0.05 Gauss, showcasing their remarkable sensitivity to these fields. Additionally, studies have indicated that exposure to magnetic fields can lead to changes in chlorophyll content and hormone levels in plants, with plants being able to detect magnetic field strengths as low as 5 Gauss. Furthermore, the Earth's magnetic field at the equator ranges from 0.3 to 0.6 Gauss, while an MRI machine can generate fields of up to 3 Tesla or more. These numbers underscore the wide range of magnetic field strengths that individuals and organisms may encounter in various environments. Exciting advancements in research are paving the way for innovative applications of magnetic fields in agriculture and regenerative medicine, offering promising solutions for enhancing crop growth and tissue repair in the future.